Sarah Ferguson has shared insight into the sweet letter she wrote to King Charles covered in pictures of her granddaughter. The 63-year-old Duchess of York, speaking on the latest episode of her podcast, praised her former brother-in-law for his environmental vision in a heartfelt note and described him as a force of nature fighting for nature on her weekly podcast. The grandmother of four wrote to the new monarch to thank him for the new playground in Windsor Great Park which Princess Beatrice's daughter Sienna Mozzi adored. Fergie told listeners of her Tea Talks podcast how soon-to-be 2-year-old Sienna had the best day ever at the playground, which she said was the brainchild of the former Prince of Wales. Adventure Play is nestled in the woodland next to the Savile Garden, which lies just under 2 miles from Royal Lodge, where Fergie lives with her ex-husband Prince Andrew. The playground, full of trees, walkways, slides, sculptures and giant acorns, was opened this summer. Sarah Ferguson shares sweet throwback photo to mark Beatrice's birthday. Adventure Play, which welcomes all ages, aims to help visitors get close to nature, challenge the body and stimulate the senses, according to the Windsor Great Park website. Fergie told her listeners that she was delighted to hear from the nanny that Sienna enjoyed the park as she felt the King's idea had come full circle. She said she could remember the King discussing a wooden and sustainable place created for children to help them understand the climate and nature. The Duchess told her co-host Sarah Thompson how, unbeknownst to the nanny, she had taken Sienna to the park and returned full of praise, saying, "You can't imagine, Sienna had the best day ever. It's the finest adventure playground she's ever been to." Fergie said, "I thought that's just so sweet. They say out of the mouths of babies, well, out of the mouths of young people, enjoying the vision that the King had all those years ago, and it's come to fruition. It's just really special." Apparently, the best thing she loved was the little zip wire for 2-year-olds. Sweet. Fergie then decided to have the pictures of Sienna at the park put on a card to send to the King to thank him, describing it as the extraordinary circular moment a man's wish became a 2-year-old's dream. She continued, "I had some pictures made up into a card and wrote to the King, and I said your vision was the greatest success ever and it was Sienna's favorite thing ever. I just love that idea that really a 2-year-old has gone out in the world and said you are on the right track. All his climate change talk, all his vision, all his wishes, and now it's all coming to fruition. People are beginning to realize what an incredible force he's been to fight with the force of nature, to fight for nature." Don't miss. Princess Beatrice broke family tradition when her daughter Sienna was born. Analysis: Sarah Ferguson admits to relatable concern over Beatrice and Eugenie's children. Report: Andrew's rivalry with Charles mounts as Duke too stubborn to leave Royal Lodge. Insight: the monarch, who has long been a passionate advocate of environmental issues, officially became the Ranger of Windsor Great Park on his 74th birthday in November last year, taking on the role 70 years after his father Prince Philip was appointed. The Ranger of the Great Park oversees and offers guidance on the stewardship of one of the nation's oldest landed estates. Under the Duke of Edinburgh, red deer were introduced to the Deer Park, and the Savile Garden Visitor Centre was developed, as well as the Virginia Wada Pavilion. More than 5 million people visit Windsor Great Park each year, with it being free to enter. However, visitors to the new playground must pay a fee of £16 for children and £12 for adults for one 2.5-hour play session. The Windsor estate is managed by the Crown Estate, which oversees the 15,800 acres of land made up by the likes of Windsor Great Park, Swinley Forest, the award-winning Savile and Valley Gardens, and the tree-lined Long Walk.
from us.